Hey folks, like I said, it's been an exciting 24 hours for the SecDef, and I wanted to take a few minutes and have a quick discussion about this. Thank you for everybody who emailed me the article from The Atlantic. I think I got it 27 times yesterday. That's okay. Um, but let's talk about this real quick. So the first thing is, I'm not going to go over all the operational stuff that happened on March 15th. We all know what happened. But what I think is important is to talk about where we are today and where this should go. All right. So first off, my background: I was an intel officer at the Pentagon. My total military career 30 years. I worked in the War Plans Division, so I'm very familiar with war plans. So here's where we're going to start. Um, when Jeff Goldberg, the chief editor from the Atlantic, when he said they were texting me war plans, he was using imprecise language, and the MAGA right is going to hop all over that. So, for instance, a war plan, when I would help write war plans, those are multiple chapters. They are hundreds, even thousands of pages in length. Those are campaign plans. So no, he did not actually receive a war plan on his phone. And that's exactly what MAG is going to say. Well, we weren't texting war plans. And yeah, that's actually correct, but that's kind of missing the point. That is just 100% a deflection. So what they were probably texting was what we would call plan operational statuses. And so then the question becomes, when we look at information like this, was this spillage or leakage? And there's a very big difference. So spillage is when unauthorized, or I'm sorry, spillage is when classified information is moved to an unclassified media or medium. So, for instance, if somebody accidentally sent classified information onto a across the internet, that's spillage. Leakage is when classified information is given to individuals who aren't supposed to have it for the purposes of influence. So if you think about when Snowden and so forth, that was leakage. So this is called spillage, and there's a reason why I'm saying that. Okay, now the first question becomes, was there any troops in danger? Well, probably not. This was a maritime activity, and the chances that a 2 hour lead about this type of operational planning would make a difference? Absolutely not. But that's not the point. Um, I'm just saying these are the things that your MAGA reflect or deflections are going to be. They weren't war plans, and nobody was you know in trouble. So we've got the spillage side of the house. So it wasn't leakage. It was spillage. Now the question becomes, what should the Democrats do? I mean, honestly, um, if I, as a lieutenant colonel, was at the Pentagon and I did such a thing, there would be an immediate, assessment on, what happened. So it'd be a spillage investigation. There would be a damage assessment to determine if me sending out information did anything wrong. There'd be an immediate legal review, and then there would be an assessment on, pending any type of inquiry. And that assessment would probably have me as lieutenant colonel at the JAG office by close of business. But that's irrelevant. What do Democrats need to do? Okay, first off, they need to demand that the IC, or the intelligence community, does a spillage review. That's number one. We've got to figure out why in the world they were actually on Signal having these type of discussions. Two, they could probably subpoena the Signal chats, but because of the encryptions of Signal, they won't find anything. But why would I want them to do that? Because I don't necessarily care about this one chat. I mean, this just is an indicator or a symptom of a bigger problem. Is the Secretary of Defense, is the Vice President of the United States, is the Chief of Staff of the President, are they all using Signal as a primary means of communication of national security information? That's what I want to know. Yeah, this one little situation may not have troops in harm's way, but God knows what else they're doing. Now, as somebody who spent their entire life on SIPRNet, which is your secret classification network, on JWIX, which is your top secret, and we can go ahead and talk about all these others. Yes, it is a pain in the tail for somebody at DoD to talk to somebody over at State Department on a classified information because they don't talk. This is not the way we do it. So if you're going to have this type of a meeting in which you've got the Secretary of Defense, the Vice President, Chief of Staff, and others, that's a principals meeting. So that's going to be in person, and that is a pain in the ass. So what I'm assuming that Hexeth did was he was just simply sending these status updates. Oh, look, we're getting ready to blow up some brown people, and everybody's like, "Yeah, fist pump, great, let's do this." And that's all this was. And they just by chance they put the Atlantic's chief editor on there. Um, Kudos to him for having the ethics and the moral spine to say, you know, can you imagine? JG just left the group. Um, you know, good for him on that. But we need to know why the White House, why the Department of Defense is using Signal as a means of communication between these. And we can go into whether or not that actually goes against the Governmental Documents Act, because this type of communications is actually supposed to be captured and cataloged and stuff like that. So Dems, don't go screaming, "Oh, we need to impeach and we need to fire, we need to do whatever." Don't, because that's not going to make a difference. Trump isn't going to care. The Republicans aren't going to care. MAG is not going to care, right? So get your plan straight. IC spillage assessment. um, Subpoena the chat if you can, but that's not going to be anything. Just a damage assessment. Uh, Find out what other chats have been going on, and then hammer, hammer, hammer that this is the way that this administration just works. They, Hexeth was a major in the National Guard. He knows better. Full stop. Right? He knows better. So why would he do this if he knows better? Well, it's because he believes that his department is above regulation, above protocols, and above the law. This is the systemic problem within the Trump administration. They all feel this way. And that's what Democrats need to start pushing. Guys, I just dropped out on Substack. I I had a good time this morning. I acted as if I was still at the Pentagon, and I was dropped this and was told to type up a quick assessment. If you want to read that, I'll throw it in the bottom of this. I had a good time doing it. Let me know what you think. What's your comments? What do you think yeah, what do you think the Democrats should be doing? Do you think the Dems actually ought to at this point in time be calling for Hegseth to be removed? Or do you agree that we've got other things that we should really focus in on? So, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. And there's going to be plenty of stuff to hop on and do another live chat. So, thank you.